everyone. My name is Melody, and you are listening to Melody's Musings and Music. And I'm back! I'm back. Oh boy. Wow. I did not intend to be gone that long. But those of you who have been following me since last year know that I did some traveling. I took 2 vacations actually, and both times went to the mountains. The first trip was to the Sierra Nevada mountains, and the second trip was to Colorado, to Denver, 7 Mile High city. After the Sierra Nevada trip, I told myself I wasn't going to go back to the mountains. But then my little sister, who she and I have birthdays that are 1 day apart. We're 8 years and 1 day apart. And she said she wanted to do a sister getaway. And I said, well, where do you want to go? She said, Denver. Oh, Denver. That's going back to the mountains. Well, we did. We went and stayed in an Airbnb for about a week and had a wonderful time. But after that trip, I started having some health issues. And so today's video is basically just to pop in and say hello again to all of you. And welcome or welcome back. I had a health event occur sometime between the time I came back from Denver and the end of October or early November last year. And I'm just going to be honest with you folks. I had what they call an ocular stroke. And an ocular stroke only affects your vision. But, most people think that we see solely with our eyes. But that's not true. The back of our head has an area called the visual cortex or occipital lobe. And that's where a lot of our vision is processed. Yes, we see through our eyes, but we don't process vision through our eyes. So, and right now, I'm looking into the spotlight and I'm having a hard time seeing because I have real issues with light and dark. So if I'm looking at really bright lights, I'm basically blinded out for a little while until my eyes readjust. But I can still see. As you can tell, I'm still living here in my own place. I can still take care of myself, which I'm very grateful for every single day. I'm not completely blind. I just have issues with being able to see things on screens. And I described it to people in the very beginning as, imagine you're looking out of a window and, you've seen windows that have those real sheer looking drapes hanging in front of them. That's sort of what it started out feeling like, is that somebody had pulled those sheer drapes together and I could still see, but not as clearly as I could before. So for the past, what has it been now? 9 months? More than that. 10? 11? Almost a year. I've been on a quest to heal myself and restore my vision. Now, my vision today is much better than it was when all of this started. But I'm not 100% yet, and I'm not stopping until I reach that 100% point. I've had to do things like, purchase items to help me read paperwork, and I have 2 magnifying glasses now, the regular kind. The smaller one goes in my purse, and the bigger one stays here at home. But I am refusing to submit to the idea that I am losing my sight. And the exciting part about all of this is, or for me anyway, when my eye doctor told me what had happened, and he was explaining to me what the typical traditional medical protocol is for dealing with this. They put you on all kinds of medications, including steroids, which I don't do well with, for the rest of your life, basically. I mean, maybe not the steroids, but the others are all, it's their answer to everything is to put you on pharmaceuticals, and I won't go there. So I have a friend in this area who is she's this close to getting her homeopathic license as a homeopathic physician, and she and I have been working together for several months now. She works with quantum healing and frequencies, healing frequencies. She works for a company who is owned by a couple who had a son back in the early 80s. Their baby son was diagnosed with cerebral palsy. And the doctors back then told them, your son will never walk, he'll never really speak properly, his brain will never really develop into anything that is, close to normal, or what we call normal. And this couple refused, as I am, they refused to accept that diagnosis, and so they started traveling the world. They knew they weren't going to find answers here in the U.S. because doctors trained in the traditional Western medicine just are restricted by our own government as to how much they can do outside of the typical protocol. So they went to other countries. They went to Japan, they went to, I don't know, there's a whole slew of countries that they visited. And they talked to other doctors in other countries who were doing cutting-edge research back then on the whole sound frequency healing thing. And they learned a lot, and between then and now, they have developed a company that has software tools that put out these healing frequencies to various body parts. But this is the exciting part for me. Their son is now in his early 40s, and he is not only normal in the sense that you would think of as normal for most people, but he is exceptional. He has become a black belt in the martial arts. He lives on his own. He can take care of himself. He can drive. He can do everything. And his parents have been using this sound frequency technology to heal him since he was a baby. And to look at him now, you would not be able to tell that that he was born with cerebral palsy. His spinal cord is normal. His brain is normal. So I have great hope, and I've chosen the alternative healing route for my vision. I'm just going to throw myself out there and put myself at the mercy of the universe and quantum healing theories that I have studied. I'm not completely new to the field of quantum healing. I've done some reading on it in the past, and when my friend approached me with the idea of listening to sound frequencies for 15 minutes at a time through headphones, maybe morning and evening. Once you tune the software to a frequency that is set for whatever body part you're trying to heal, and I've seen some real positive results from it so far. Of course, I try to keep myself in a positive mindset. In the beginning, it was kind of shocking because you hear the word stroke and you think, oh my gosh, you lose the ability to, to think straight, to walk. Some people lose limbs, body limbs go paralyzed and numb and all that. I was grateful that mine was the ocular stroke, because the only thing that is excuse me. The only thing that is impacted by this kind of stroke is the vision, and sometimes you have one eye that's a little less, a little more damaged than the other. And in my case, I had some cell damage. When they did the MRI, I did allow them to do an MRI on me, because that's the only way to determine what's going on inside the brain. It was a total torture chamber, but I got through it. But so, I'm not only trying to heal my vision, my visual cortex back here, but I'm also trying to heal those cells that were near the visual cortex that also got damaged. So, at first it was scary, I have to admit. Anytime something major like this happens to somebody, it's hard. And my whole life flashed in front of me, and I thought, oh my God, I'm gonna be blind before too long. But you know what? I don't say that. I don't ever say that. I don't let anything negative come out of my mouth about this, because I believe in healing. I've always believed in healing. And I've always believed in natural healing over traditional medicine. And I am hoping to be the first person in the world that proves, other than their son, that proves that sound frequency healing, quantum healing, is just as effective as traditional medicine. So, I know it's risky, but I have faith in God, and I have faith in my friend, who has been studying for a couple of years now. And I have seen improvement in my own vision since the very beginning. I don't have that cloudy curtain hanging in front of my eyes anymore. I can actually see a lot clearer. Now, at this moment, well, after it happened, I took myself off of the road, so I haven't been driving since right before Christmas last year. I don't want to endanger myself or anyone else. That was my reasoning for it. No one has told me that I cannot drive my car. But, you know, I just wanted to err on the side of caution, so I decided not to drive until just recently. I have started making little tiny trips in the neighborhoods behind my apartment complex, and I will go out on certain days and just drive down the back streets. I haven't ventured out on any of the main streets yet, but I think I could. I think I can start to get back to that now. And because I actually see better at night, you know, I'm thinking about I may start driving in the evenings when the sun goes down, because the brightness of the sun makes it hard for me to see clearly. But anyway, I'm back, and I'm going to continue now. I'm going to go back to making regular videos again. Now, some of you are probably wondering, I'm sure, what in the heck is this? No, I'm not changing religions. And it's not a new fashion trend that I'm starting. This is a little patch that the way that it was designed to work is, and I was doing this before I started doing the quantum healing with the frequencies. These are little patches that when you place them on your body in various places, they help your body generate brand new stem cells. And those stem cells that are generated by these patches are not assigned to any particular organ in your body. The stem cells that we have in our bodies are usually assigned to one or more organs, and, you know, they're not just free agents out there. So I decided when I started this quantum healing journey that one day it occurred to me that, you know, I used to put these patches on the back of my neck, which is where they're recommended to go, so they can travel up and down your spinal column and go to where they are needed in the body. But since my vision has started being affected, I decided, well, I may rotate that around. I may put some on the back of my neck once in a while, but I may also put them behind each ear. And I decided to put them right between my eyes, because that's closer, you know, closer to the brain, so they don't have as far to travel. And since I've been doing that combination, and and by the way, I can put these little patches before I place them on my body on my computer screen when I'm running the frequencies, and I can imprint the sound frequencies from that day, because what I do is, and I'm sorry I'm kind of all over the place here, but I didn't sit down to write anything out before I started this. What I do every day is I scan my entire body, okay? And the computer software determines primarily the top 3 items in my body that are out of balance, but it goes through the entire body, and it produces a report, 6 or 7 pages long, and it includes, your physical body parts. It includes some what we call chakras, or energy centers in the body. There are 7 main chakras that it checks. We have also, and I learned this from reflexology, we have zones in our body that are called meridians, and those can get out of balance as well. So if one of those is out of balance, this report lets you know. And then it also goes through a whole litany of other physical parts physical things that it's checking, like your blood quality, your high blood pressure, your nutrition. It's all tied together. It's way too long to explain it here. But so once I have my scan done for the day, I can then scan my water that I drink and imprint the frequencies into my drinking water. I can then also scan these little patches and put the frequencies onto the patches, so that if I'm away from my computer and I'm not listening to the actual sound frequencies, I'm still covered. I've got the stem cells that are being created and going to those places in my brain where they need to be in order to heal. So, I'm still the same person, and I still have the same desire to do what I've been doing here on this channel, and I do have plans to continue to do this, and along the way share with all of you what I'm learning about quantum healing. Quantum healing, I think it's just a fascinating topic, and I've actually also been doing some studying in other areas, more of a esoteric or ethereal theme on the subject of healing. And I have some really, really exciting news that I discovered about 2 weeks ago. I'm not going to share that with you today because I'm not prepared. I need to I need to have some notes on that one because it gets a little complicated. But I do believe that there are ways to combine this frequency healing with other practices that are actually very ancient, and most people don't know that they even exist. So another reason I don't really want to share about that today is that I'm still practicing how all of this works, and I'm using myself as a guinea pig. So I'm having lots of fun here every day, learning how to heal myself. I'm changing my whole, I'm changing my diet because since I've been unable to drive my car, unfortunately I've gained a little bit of weight because I've had to. I don't get out of the house very often. I have everything delivered, so my groceries are delivered to my front door. I'm not able to get out and go swimming as I was doing twice a week before this happened. However, I'm thinking that I may be able to go in the evenings when there's less traffic in this area. I live in a rural area, so it's not like I'm driving in city traffic or anything. But I think that if I took my time and paid attention, that I could probably drive myself to the gym where I go to do my swimming. They have an indoor pool, and get myself safely home. That's on my list of things to start doing soon. So, you know, so changes in the diet, getting back into driving a little bit, and just trying to generally, you know, do more moving than I've done before. So, yeah, I'm an experiment on 2 legs right now. And when I successfully heal my eyes, I'm going to start targeting other body parts that could use some help. Oh, because when you get to, you know, your 60s, as I am, and I hate to say that it's a normal part of aging, because I don't think it is. I don't think it is. I think it's our modern diet and our sedentary lifestyles and a few other things that are involved in why American seniors seem to be aging faster than they could if they made other changes to their lifestyles. So, you know, things like stop drinking, stop smoking, stop, oh God, you know, stop doing the things that are harmful to your body and replace them with things that are actually helpful. I hated giving up smoking, but I had to do that too. So, anyway. What else? Trying to think. That may be all I had for today. I just wanted to get back on here and say hello and let you all know that I'm still alive and I'm still kicking. And I'm working very hard to heal myself, body, mind, and soul, but especially right now my eyes are the focus. So, you know, it's kind of funny. I've been developing my spiritual gifts in addition to my physical eyesight, and I do believe that I am somewhat of a seer. I can see things that other people can't see in the unseen realm. And in the beginning of this, I thought I might become the blind seer if my eyes fail me. But you know, I'm not going to project that onto myself, because I'm already seeing such improvements from staying focused and making the changes that I'm making to my lifestyle. So anyway, folks, I'll probably think of 2 or 3 other things that I should have mentioned when I was here talking to you today. But just expect that I will be filming regular videos again, and it won't all be on the quantum healing thing. That's why I wanted to kind of get that out of the way today. I might have small little updates for you in future videos, but I have plenty of other material to share with you along the lines of the stuff that I was doing prior to this stroke. And I know what else I wanted to say. People have asked me, what do you think caused this? And I think it's a combination of things. Lifestyle factors, have something to do with it. But I also think I had a really hard time when I was in Colorado. My sister and I went to the downtown area of Colorado, and they have a huge train station there, and I love trains. And I was really looking forward to exploring the train station and all of the restaurants and shopping places near there. And I had such a hard time. I could barely breathe. I was not getting enough oxygen into my lungs or in, I think, my brain also. So I'm now taking a ton of supplements, and some of them are meant to help increase the blood flow in your body, which I think is helping. But in addition to not getting enough oxygen to the brain, I think, and I'm not going to go into this at this moment, but there's a group of people out there who have been sending negative energy my direction and trying to stop me on every level, health-wise, my work, and just really not wanting me to succeed in any area. And even worse than that, they've really been attacking me. It has finally started to let up a little bit now. But when this happened, they were still going full strength against me and trying to send negative energy toward me. So at this point in time, like I said, I think it's been a combination of things, but I don't think that actually helped any at all. And I'm looking into the possibility that negative energy had something to do with me losing my sight, or partially losing my sight. So that's still on the table. The jury is still out on that one. But if I find that there is a connection, there is a correlation, I will take the appropriate action at that time. Anyway, didn't mean to bring you all down, but it is what it is, and I don't understand why people do things like that to people like me who have not done anything to harm them. But I guess they're called happiness haters, and I guess they started attacking me because I'm basically a very happy person. And so I don't know, but I pray for them all the time. Anyway, my eyes are about to go bonkers with this light shining on my face. So I'm going to let y'all go. I thank you for your attention, and I'm not going to promise how often I'll come back on. I'm going to kind of ease back into this process of creating videos, but I'm not going to let my vision problems stop me from continuing with my life mission, which I believe has to do with sharing stories and other information from my life that is helpful to other people. So, y'all take care, and I will see you in the next video.